ท่านผู้ชมครับตอนนี้อยู่กับคุณแอนดรูฮิกกี้นะครับซึ่งก็เป็นผู้ดำเนินการจัดการแข่งขันทัวร์นาเมนต์รายการนี้ทั้งหมดเลย Andrew hi nice meeting you
Thanks for your time.
we're glad to be here.
Welcome to the tournament.
Yes, for Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, my understanding is you run the whole show.
Well, I get great support from some of the best in the industry, from the APGC, the Masters Tournament, and the RNA, who are responsible for running the Open Championship. So it's not just me, but I'm somewhat seen as the front man and the representative for the tournament. But
Okay.
I get amazing assistance from all three organisations, and hopefully it shows out there. And it's a fantastic tournament, and it's been a great week.
Well, it looks great. Certainly looks great. Usually we don't see a setup like this for an amateur championship.
Yeah.
You see the setup like this for professional tournaments. Correct. So you went all out, full standard.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, it's a part of this event is to teach these young amateurs what it's going to be like when they turn pro. You know, we have people, we give them the opportunity to speak to media, do interviews. We have a full range, all the signage, all the great sponsors, full television broadcast that goes all 4 days. So it's exactly like a professional event, and it's fantastic that young amateurs can get used to that environment and that feeling at an early stage of their career.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Let's just rewind a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about people who are not quite aware of what this event is all about.
Yep.
This is a fourth year. Can you talk a little bit, just kind of recap the 4 year, how it came about?
Yeah, well, if we go before we started the event, it was an initiative, as I mentioned, the three organisations, the Asia-Pacific Golf Confederation, the Masters Tournament, which is obviously run at Augusta National Golf Club,
Right.
and also the RNA, which are responsible for the administration of the game, and they also run the Open Championship. The three came together and identified the Asian region as an area that with huge potential for growth of the game, and that really is ultimately the goal of this tournament, is to grow the game in the Asian region. So by all three organisations coming together and all their resources coming together, we had the power and the ability to create this event. So I mean, a big driver behind it was Bobby Jones, who was the greatest amateur of all time. He was also the founder of Augusta National Golf Club. So there's a lot of background and history behind the links to all three organisations and the amateur game. So that's how the amateur link comes into it, and we identified the Asian region as a fantastic area for development and growth. And the idea was born, and then in 2009 we went to Mission Hills in China for the first ever time, followed by Japan in 2010, last year Singapore, and by all reports this year in Thailand has been the best so far, and we've had a fantastic week.
Okay, great. There's 36 nations that are the participating nation here. So as I understand it, I'll just recap it, and if it's not correct, you correct me, okay?
Oh, I shall.
So every country has the right to send 2 of their top amateur players.
Correct, yep.
Okay. Maximum of 6 depending on the ranking.
Yes.
Okay, but Thailand as a host nation get maximum of 10.
The host nation every year gets an additional 4 invites.
Additional 4, okay.
So if you're like Thailand this year, and they have a full field of 10 players,
Right.
I mean, it's a fantastic. The odds are pretty good that you get a 1 in 12 shot of having a young Thailand player represent their country at the Masters next year, and to also go into a chance to get a spot in the British Open through the qualifying stage in Asia. So,
And for participants to represent their country, that's their own business. The country can the organization of the country submit the name.
It also involves the World Amateur Golf Rankings. So the top 2 players from each country, according to the World Amateur Golf Rankings,
Get the invitation.
Get the invitation. However, I mean, because there might be countries in the island and the Pacific region that don't have players that have official rankings, so we welcome them to nominate their best players.
I see. Okay. Okay, great. So I think it resonates the same sound that Asia is the biggest market for golf growth for the next 10, 20 years.
A long time, you bet. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
We see that in professional events as well have shown up here more frequently in Asia zone. In the future, so this event will rotate throughout the different 36 country nation, or mostly in Asia?
It'll be mostly Asia. I think it's difficult to say that every country would have it. I mean, one of the great things about this event, I had dinner last night with two players from Iran, and I said, what are the golf courses like in Iran? There's only one course and it's got 13 holes, so they choose any other 5 holes to make 18 holes.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Some places we can't go to, unfortunately, but we'll do our best to take it to as many of the countries that we can go to. We've just announced China next year, and then we'll also go down to Australia in 2014. Hometown. I'm really looking forward to that. Royal Melbourne Golf Club, probably one of the most prestigious clubs in the world, and they just held the President's Cup there, so that'll be a really exciting event. And then 2015, 2016, where we go, we'll definitely look at some new countries, but they're soon to be announced, and we'll definitely let you know.
This is one event per year?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's no qualifying process, there's no subcategory in any country. It's just a one event.
Just one event. So the qualifying process essentially is their performance throughout the year in other amateur events, so they can get their ranking points.
I see. Okay. Well, since it's amateur field, we have a lot of good amateur here in Thailand as well. And I've been asked many times, why should they remain an amateur when they can just turn pro and potentially make the money? Some do, some don't. But in the spirit of amateur, from your point of view and from the founder of this competition, I mean, to remain an amateur and compete like this, what was the benefit?
I think an event like this hasn't been around really hasn't been around. So a lot of people think they've hit the peak of their amateur game, and therefore, do they have any other events to play or any other events that they can excel at? And if they think they've hit the point where they don't think they can go any further, the easy option has just been to turn professional. However, this event really gives them a feel of, what it's like to be a professional golfer. And I think you don't have to turn professional so early. That's definitely my opinion. If I was a good golfer, which I'm not, I wouldn't be turning professional until at least my 20s, mid-20s maybe, early mid-20s. It's quite an expensive venture to go into, the flights, the hotels, and the quality of professional golf out there is absolutely amazing. So I would like to suggest that, especially with an event like this, you gain experience in this event and other great amateur events that are out there as well at the moment. And just take your time and develop. There's no rush to turn professional.
So they have a good background by coming here.
Yeah.
They get interviewed by professional journalists. I mean, I see all the familiar faces that come to this event that you would a pro event. You get live TV, you get all of this, and the payoff for the winner and the runner-up.
It's amazing. So many people, even golf fans, just want to go to the Open Championship or go to the Masters. The winner of this can actually play. So the payoff is amazing. But even other than that, I mean, we're fortunate enough that within the 4 years, the growth of this event has been that big. This week we have scouts from American college universities trying to pick up some players. So if
they fly here.
They've flown out here. There's several representatives looking at players, and so that's another advantage by staying amateur. You can pick up a college scholarship, you can get an education and improve your game. They have access to some of the greatest resources and coaches in America that can improve your game and teach you further how to develop your game and prepare you once again before turning pro. So,
any concern with the funding of the event?
No, I mean, we're really fortunate to have not only the founding partners, the three organisations, the APGC, the Masters and the RNA, but we're blessed with some of the world's greatest companies who share our vision in growing the game. And I don't think we could ask for some better sponsors and proud partners, and they're backing the event. They're all behind it. We have probably 40 to 50 actual staff and CEOs and senior members of Zurich out here today, and they're all supportive of the event. and we're very fortunate for that, and we thank them greatly.
So very dedicated group then.
Absolutely.
Will be an event for times to come for all the amateur to
Absolutely.
use this as a stepping stone.
Yeah, no, this event is around for a long time, and we had a dinner last night, an official dinner with all the players and all the VIPs, and Mr. Payne, chairman of Augusta National, gave a fantastic speech, and he reiterated and he said this event has our full support for a long time. So it's here to stay, and we're dedicated to the game and growing the game within the Asian region, and we hope very soon that we can have more major champions within the region like Wai Yang and other champions like Liang Wen Chong, Tong Tai Jai Di.
Right.
We hope that there's more major champions, and we're pretty confident that with some of the players that come through this tournament, it's only a matter of years before a player that's played in the AAC will win a major champion.
Thank you, Andrew.
Not a pleasure. Thank you very much. Absolute pleasure, and thanks for your time.
ท่านผู้ชมครับตอนนี้ผมยืนอยู่กับแชร์แมนของ Augusta National นะครับคุณ Billy Payne. Hi, I would like to get a quick comment on what you think about the play today and the fact that a 14-year-old will be joining you at the Master this coming year.
Well, it's amazing. First of all, in the 4 years we've had the privilege of helping with the Asian Amateur Championship, the quality of play has increased dramatically every year. And now to see a 14-year-old, younger than my own grandchildren, compete so successfully at this high level, it's truly remarkable. And it'll be really an experience at Augusta. He will be very popular. He'll be an instant hero, and I suspect a hero in China as well. He's certainly a star of the future.
I was quite surprised, at a good surprise, that I see him carry himself quite well in front of the camera, and being an Asian golfer, also converse in English very professionally.
Well, he did, and that'll only get better as he approaches next April, because I can promise you there'll be a lot of interview opportunities between now and then. So, this is right what we want to do, and create heroes throughout Asia. No better place than do it in China, where one of the most fertile golfing markets in the world, and inspire other kids to want to take up the game. We saw today some 8-year-olds that watched him play that said, well, I can do that. And so that's exactly the impact we hope to have, and I think he's bringing that to a reality.
Okay, great. Can you just final comment on Augusta National, on the Masters' involvement in promoting such an event like this?
Well, we've been very blessed. We've had a wonderful role in the history of golf for the last 75 years. We're very fortunate financially. Everybody wants to come see our tournament, and that produces revenues, and we just believe it's our obligation to give some of that back to continue to promote the game. And what a great place Asia is to do it. And so we've been here now 4 years. Hope we'll be here 40 more. So it's very exciting.
Looking forward to the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Let's see. บรรยากาศการมอบถ้วยครับให้กับแชมป์ที่เห็นอยู่นั่นก็คือบรรยากาศการมอบถ้วยแล้วก็ถ่ายรูปที่ระลึกนะครับให้กับแชมป์หนุ่มน้อยวัย 14 จากจีน ซึ่งน้องเก่งลายนี่ถือว่านิ่งมากครับแน่มากชนะไปที่ 15 นภานะครับเทียนรังกวนได้แชมป์และได้ไปมาสเตอร์เป็นนักกอล์ฟอายุน้อยที่สุดที่จะได้ร่วมแข่งขันรายการเดอะมาสเตอร์อย่างที่เมื่อสักครู่นี้บิลลี่เพนได้พูดถึงแล้วนะครับเขาคือแชร์แมนของออกัสตาจะได้มีโอกาสได้ต้อนรับกันอีกนี่แหละครับคือความสำคัญของรายการนี้นะครับบังเอิญเมืองไทยได้เป็นเจ้าภาพปีเดียวปีนี้ปีหน้าจะไปจีนแล้วก็จะไปต่อออสเตรเลียแต่ในอนาคตข้างหน้าไม่แน่รายการนี้อาจจะว่ายเวียนกลับมาสู่การได้เป็นเจ้าภาพที่เมืองไทยอีกครั้งแต่ต่อให้ไม่ได้เป็นเจ้าภาพแต่ละปีไทยก็มีสิทธิ์โควต้าได้ถึง6คนที่จะร่วมแข่งขันรายการนี้เด็กไทยอาจจะได้เหยียบเดอะมาสเตอร์เพิ่มเติมในอนาคตอันใกล้นี้ครับ